Good morning to all MSc students, MSc Mathematics students of semester 3rd. Today we will start the next article. That article is acceleration of a fluid. So in this acceleration of a fluid particle traveling along a curve C, fluid particle traveling along this curve C at time t, its position P is specified by this OP bar is equal to R bar, and its velocity Q, this velocity Q along the tangent at P to this C is in a direction of particle's motion. Then the acceleration F at a point P is F is equal to dq by dt, and therefore this F is equal to dou q by dou t plus q dot del into q. Suppose this is equation first. The Cartesian components of q as a UVW shows that the component of accelerations are du by dt is equal to dou u by dou t plus u dou u by dou x plus phi dou u by dou y plus w dou u by dou z. Similarly, for a component phi, dv by dt is equal to dou v by dou t plus phi dou v by dou x plus phi dou v by dou y plus w dou v by dou z. Similarly, dou w by dou t is equal to dw by dt is equal to dou w by dou t plus u dou w by dou x plus phi dou w by dou y plus w dou w by dou z. This is the system of equations. Therefore, the set of equations second, this is the set of equations second. Therefore, the set of equations, this is the set of equations second, can be written in the tensor form. All these equations can be written in one equation, and that equation is in the tensor form. That is dou u by dou t is equal to dou u by dou t plus uj uij. Suppose this is equation third. So we have this this equation dou u I by dou t is equal to dou u I by dou t plus du I by dt is equal to dou u I by dou t plus uj uij. This is equation third. We have q dot del q is equal to summation in bracket q dot I dou q by dou x. Suppose this equation is 4. But what is q dot I dou q by dou x? Q dot I dou q by dou x is q dot dou q by dou x I minus q cross in bracket I cross dou q by dou x. So this can be written as I dou by dou x 1 by 2 q square. We know this q dot dou q by dou x I is I. This can be written in this form I dou by dou x 1 by 2 q square, and this is as it is we taken here, and therefore by using this, this equation 4 becomes this q dot del q as it is here, and in place of this summation q dot I dou q by dou x, we can write this term. So summation as it is, this I dou by dou x 1 by 2 q square minus q cross del summation I cross dou q by dou x, and this can be written as this is a del 1 by 2 q square as it is minus q cross, and this can be written as del cross q. So what do we get? This equation first can be developed in this form. F is equal to dou q by dou t plus del 1 by 2 q square minus q cross del cross q. So what is the equation first? Equation first is F is equal to dou q by dou t plus q dot del cross q. So dou q by dou t as it is here, and we calculate this q dot del q, and that q dot, we get that q dot del q is this del 1 by 2 q square minus q cross del cross q. So this equation 5 is specially used for potential flow, for which del cross q is equal to 0, and also useful for general orthogonal curvilinear coordinates. So the point acceleration of fluid is finished here. Now I will start the another article, that is general analysis of fluid motion. So this is the diagram for general analysis of fluid motion. Now what is this in diagram? Let this point P dash be two neighboring points in the fluid particle moving along with the fluid, so that at any time t OP bar is equal to R bar and OP dash bar is equal to R bar plus delta R bar, and PP dash have the coordinates x, y, z. So P has the coordinates x, y, z, and P dash have the coordinates x plus delta x, y plus delta y, z plus delta z respectively. So further, let q is equal to UVW and q plus delta q and q plus delta q is equal to u plus delta u comma v plus delta v comma w plus delta w with the velocities of pp dash at the considered instant time t, and since u is equal to u of x, y, z t, and t is not varying here, this t is not varying here, so we get, so we have the system of equations. First, delta u is equal to dou u by dou x delta x plus dou u by dou y delta y plus dou u by dou z delta z. For delta v, dou v by dou x delta x plus dou v by dou y delta y plus dou v by dou z delta z. And for delta w is equal to dou w by dou x delta x plus dou w by dou y delta y plus dou w by dou z delta z. This is the system of equation first. These equations can be written in the matrix form. So these equations, system of equation first can be written in this matrix form. Delta u, delta v, delta w is equal to, in the matrix, dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou u by dou z, dou v by dou x, dou v by dou y, dou v by dou z, dou w by dou x, dou w by dou y, dou w by dou z into delta x, delta y, delta z. These equations can be written in this matrix form. Let us now we write A is equal to dou u by dou x, B is equal to dou v by dou y, and C is equal to dou w by dou z. And also we take F is equal to 1 by 2 dou w by dou y plus dou v by dou z. G is equal to 1 by 2 dou u by dou z plus dou w by dou x, and H is equal to dou v by dou x plus dou u by dou y. So and this zeta is equal to 1 by 2 dou w by dou y minus dou v by dou z. Eta is equal to 1 by 2 dou u by dou z minus dou w by dou x, and this zeta is equal to 1 by 2 dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y. So what do we get? By using these quantities, equation second, by using these quantities, this equation second can be written in this form, dou u delta u delta v delta w is equal to ahg hbf gfc plus 0 minus xi eta zeta, here 0 minus zeta eta zeta 0 minus xi minus eta xi 0, bracket close, into delta x delta y delta z. So thus the matrix A is expressed as the sum of the symmetric matrix A1 and a skew symmetric matrix A2. We now investigate the significance of these two matrices. Now we first observe that this matrix is AHG, HBF, GFC into delta x delta y delta z is equal to A delta x H delta y, A delta x plus H delta y plus G delta z, H delta x plus B delta y plus F delta z, G delta x plus F delta y plus C delta z. So how this come? This is the multiplication of these two matrices. Multiplication of these two matrices means, how this come? This is A into delta x plus H into delta y plus G into delta z. Similarly, H into delta x plus B into delta y plus F into delta z. Similarly, G into delta x, F into delta y plus C into delta z. Hence we get this, and this is the equation 4. Now consider this quadratic surface A delta x square plus B delta y square plus C delta z square plus 2F delta y delta z plus 2G delta x delta z plus 2H delta x delta y is equal to constant. So this is the equation 5th, in which delta x delta y delta z are taken as the current coordinates of the coefficients ABC, F, G, H are the constants with respect to the coordinates, so that this equation 5 is a quadratic whose center is P. This equation 5 is a quadratic whose center is P, and then partial differentiation of LHS of this equation fifth with respect to delta x, delta y, and delta z confirms that the column vector of RHS of equation 4 is a normal to the quadratic surface 5. Let delta q1 is equal to u1i plus v1j plus w1k, where u1, v1, w1 are the components of the equation 4. And this shows that delta q1 is everywhere normal to the quadratic surface fifth having P as a center, and such velocity delta q1 is ascribable to motion which is called pure strain, and the quadric is called the rate of strain quadric. Now next we observe the matrix. Delta u, delta v, delta w is equal to 0 minus zeta, eta, 0 minus zeta minus xi, minus eta, xi 0 into delta x, delta y, delta z. So this delta q2 is equal to, what is delta q2? Multiplication of these two. So 0 into delta x is 0 plus minus zeta into delta y plus eta into delta z minus zeta into delta y plus eta into delta z, means eta z minus zeta delta y. Similarly, xi into delta x, here zeta into delta x plus 0 into delta y plus minus xi into delta z. So what do we get? We get zeta delta x minus xi into delta z. Similarly, minus eta into delta x plus xi into delta y plus 0 into delta z. So what we get? We get minus eta delta x plus xi delta y, and this can be written as eta delta z minus xi delta y, xi delta x minus zeta delta x minus xi delta z, and we get xi delta y minus eta delta x. Suppose this is the sixth. Now let delta q2, this delta q2 is a delta q2 is a u2i plus v2j plus w2k. Here u2, v2, w2 are the components of this equation 6, and let w is equal to xi I plus eta j plus zeta k. Then we get this delta q2 is equal to this w cross delta r, and this shows that this delta q2 is ascribable to a rigid body rotation with angular velocity omega or w. Further substitution for xi, eta and zeta shows that this w is equal to 1 by 2 curl q, and that is equal to 1 by 2 zeta. Here zeta is the vorticity vector, and thus vortex line through the fluid element is its instant axis of rotation, and this analysis justifies the terminology irrotational for those flows for which curl q is equal to 0, leading as this q is equal to minus del phi. Now this article is finished here. Now we will start the next article. This was the general analysis of fluid motion. Now another article is the analysis of fluid motion by method of Cartesian tensor analysis. Analysis of fluid motion by the method of Cartesian tensor analysis. So we start here. Now we will describe this figure. From this figure we suppose that P has a coordinates xi, and here P has a coordinates xi, and this P dash has a coordinates xi plus delta xi, and P has a coordinate only xi. And velocity components ui and P dash, coordinates xi plus delta xi and velocity components ui plus delta ui. Here I is equal to 1 to 3. Then corresponding to the equation delta u is equal to dou u by dou x delta x plus dou u by dou y delta y plus dou u by dou z delta z, dou v delta v is equal to dou v by dou x delta x plus dou v by dou y delta y plus dou v by dou z delta z, and delta w is equal to dou w by dou x delta x plus dou w by dou y delta y plus dou w by dou z delta z. And therefore we have this delta ui is uij delta xj, and this we know uij is eij plus wij. Here this eij is 1 by 2 uij plus uji. wij is equal to 1 by 2 uij minus uji, so that eij is a symmetric tensor of the second order and wij is the skew symmetric tensor of the second order, and thus if we write delta ui is equal to delta ui 1 plus delta ui 2, here delta ui1 is eij delta xj and delta ui2 is wij delta xi. Then delta ui, then this delta ui 1, this delta ui1 is seen to be normal to the quadric, and therefore eij delta xi delta xj, this will be constant, which is the rate of strain quadric centered on point P, which is the rate of strain quadric centered on point P. So we have delta u12, delta u22, delta u32 is equal to w113 delta x3 minus w21 delta x2, comma w21 delta x1 minus w32 delta x3, comma w32 delta x2 minus w13 delta x1. So this can be written in this way, that w32 w13 w21 delta x1 delta x2 delta x3, this can be written in this form, which is a vector product of w32 w13 and w21 and delta x1 delta x2 and delta x3. Vector product of this is this. So this showing that The component delta ui2 represent a rigid body rotation, and therefore we note that delta xm wij is equal to 1 by 2 dou by dou xm dou ui by dou xj minus dou ui by dou xi dou uj by dou xi. This is equal to 1 by 2 dou by dou xj dou ui by dou xm plus dou um by dou xi minus 1 by 2 dou by dou xi of dou uj by dou xm plus dou um by dou xj, and therefore this can be written as dou by dou xj eim, and this term can be written as dou by dou xi ejm. So this is equal to this dou xj em minus dou xi jm, which is equal to 0 if each ij is 0. If each ij is equal to 0, then this term will be 0. This shows that this eij is everywhere. This shows that if this each eij is everywhere, then wij are constants. Then wij are constants. Then these wij are constant, because the derivative of this constant is we get here 0. So that is the rotation is the same everywhere. The vanishing of the eij is the necessary and sufficient condition that the fluid moves without strain. So this analysis is known as the analysis of fluid motion by the method of Cartesian tensor analysis. And here we have shown that if each eij is 0 everywhere, then wij are constant. That means the rotation is same everywhere. The vanishing of eij is the necessary and sufficient condition that the fluid moves without the strain. Now we'll see the another article, that is the conditions at the rigid boundary. Conditions at the rigid boundary. So we have here figure, this is the boundary. Here is the point P. This is the fluid. This is the fluid. And suppose this point P on the boundary where the fluid velocity is, this is the fluid velocity q, and where the boundary has the velocity capital U. If n specifies a unit normal direction at this point P, at this point P, then since there must be a relative normal velocity at P between boundary and fluid, this point P between this boundary and this fluid. So we must have two normal components equal, and that is q dot n is equal to u dot n. In the case of inviscid fluid, this is the only condition, and for viscous fluid in which there is no slip, the tangential components must also be equal, and in the case when boundary is at rest, we require this will be 0 at every point of the boundary. This q dot n is 0 at every point of the boundary when boundary is at rest. So this condition at the rigid boundary, this article is finished. Now we'll see the next example. Example is a very easy example. If the velocity distribution is q is equal to I ax square y plus j b square y z t plus k c z t square, where this ABC, this A, B and C are the constants, then find the acceleration components, or find acceleration of fluid particles of a fixed identity, we want to find this. Now we know that, now we'll start the solution. We know that A is AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. We know this. And what is A bar? This A bar is dou Q by dou T. A bar is dou Q by dou T. Or this dou Q by dou T is equal to U dou Q by dou X plus phi dou Q by dou Y plus W dou Q by dou Z plus dou Q by dou T. And also, what is Q? You know Q is equal to Ui plus Vj plus Wk. And this Ui plus Vj plus Wk can be written as from the, we have given here Q. So this, what is from, we have already given Q is ax yi plus by square ztj plus czt square k, which is in the form of ui vj wk. This is in the form of this. So what is u? U is ax square y. U is ax square y. Phi is by square zt, and this w is czt square. So we know, or we know this ax is equal to u dou u by dou x plus phi dou u by dou y plus w dou u by dou z plus dou u by dou t. If we want to the value of ax, we will calculate the values of u, v, w. So here we want to differentiate u with respect to x, u with respect to y, u with respect to z, and u with respect to t. So in place of u, we will take ax square y. In place of phi, we will take by square zt, and in place of w we take cz t square. So what we get? We get ax square y, dou by dou x, value of u is ax square y, ax square y, plus this is v by square zt, this dou by dou y into derivative of this dou by dou y of u, and u is ax square y plus u is ax square y plus w is cz square t, and u is ax square y, so with respect to z, and dou by dou t of this u is ax square y. So differentiate this. How we differentiate? Ax square y as it is. Derivative of this with respect to x is 2ax y, 2axy. Then by square zt as it is. Derivative of this ax square y with respect to y is x square plus cz square t as it is. Derivative of this x square y with respect to z is 0, and again derivative of this ax square y with respect to t is also 0. So what we get? From all these we get a is common. So what is remaining? 2axy into this x means 2ax cube y square from this plus b y square zt. A is common already, and this is x square. So we get bx square y square zt. And this c square zt dot 0 is 0. So this will be 0. So what do we get? We get the value of ax, that is equal to a into 2ax cube y square plus by square bx square y square zt. Similarly we get ay. Again we have the formula for ay is ay is equal to u dou v by dou x plus phi dou v by dou y plus w dou v by dou z plus dou v by dou t. Again we take the values of u, v, phi, w, phi and find the derivative. Same calculation is here. U ax square y as it is. Phi is by square zt. Phi is by square zt. Phi is derivative of this phi with respect to y is by square zt plus w is cz square t. Dou by dou z of phi is by square zt plus derivative of this phi with respect to t, that is dou by dou t of by square zt. So ax square y as it is. Derivative of this by square zt with respect to x is 0. So this term will be 0. by square zt as it is. Derivative of this by square zt with respect to t is 2by zt. So 2by zt, and this by square zt as it is here. Now plus czt square as it is. Derivative of this with respect to z is 2by square t. Only by square t only, by square t, here by square t, plus derivative of this with respect to t is again by square t. So here is also by square t. So what we get? Here b is common. We get 2by cube z square t square plus cz t cube y square plus y square z. Similarly, we get az. Same repetition here. uz is u dou w by dou x plus phi dou w by dou y plus w dou w by dou z plus dou w by dou t. So calculate this. Again, after calculation we get this c into c t to the power 4z plus 2tz. So therefore, what are the compounds ax, ay and az? We get all compounds ax, ay and az, and that are ax is equal to a 2ax cube y square plus b x square y square zt, ay b into 2by square z square t plus c zt cube y square plus y square z, and az is equal to c in bracket ct to the power 4z plus 2tz. We calculate here the acceleration components or acceleration of fluid particles of a fixed identity. Now we'll take the another example, that example is show that u is equal to minus 2xyz upon x square plus y square of whole square. Phi is equal to x square minus y square in bracket z upon x square plus y square of the whole square, and w is equal to y upon x square plus y square are the velocity components of a at a velocity components of a possible liquid motion. Or we have asked here question, is this motion is irrotational? Is this rotation is irrotational? So if curl q, we know that if curl q is 0, then motion is irrotational. If curl q is 0, then motion is irrotational. So we will see, we calculate this curl q will be 0 or not. Or also we have asked the motion is possible or not. So we also calculate the motion is possible or not. So what we do here, we have given u is equal to minus 2xyz upon x square plus y square whole square. phi is equal to x square minus y square bracket close z upon x square plus y square z square, and w is equal to y upon x square plus y square. We have given this. Now we want to find the derivative of this u with respect to x. Then this phi with respect to y, and then this w with respect to z. And we want to add this. If this is not 0, that means dou u by dou x, dou v by dou y, and dou w by dou z are not 0. Addition of these derivatives are not 0. Then 100% motion is possible. And if it is 0, then motion is not possible. And then by using this UVW, also we want to find the curl Q in the determinant form, and that determinant form will be, after calculation, it will curl Q will be 0, then motion is irrotational. If not 0, then that will be not irrotational. So if we take the differentiation, this dou u by dou x is equal to dou by dou x of this u. So minus 2xyz is the first function, and x square plus y square of the bracket square is the second function. So we know the rule, d by dx of u upon v is equal to second function as it is, derivative of first function minus first function as it is, derivative of second function, into second function square. By using this formula, we will calculate this derivative. So here first function is minus 2xyz, second function is x square plus y square whole square. So first function here minus 2yz as it is. So minus 2x is first function. So second function as it is here, x square plus y square whole square, derivative of first with respect to x is 1. Here is we have already taken minus 2 here. So here is a first function is only x. So derivative of first function x is 1 minus first function x as it is, derivative of second function is derivative of x square plus y square whole square is 2 into x square plus y square into derivative of this x square plus y square is with respect to x is 2x, and second function square, that is x square plus y square whole square. So what we get? We get this minus 2iz as it is, which is taken from here. So x square plus y square into 1 is x square plus y square. Minus 2 into 2 4 x square. So this 4x square, and we have taken here x square plus y square. So what do you get? We get this and this because of x square plus y square, and here x square plus y square cube, because of 1 x square plus y square will be cancelled from here also. So this is equal to minus 2yz x square plus y square minus 4x square is what? After calculating this, what we get? We get minus 2yz as it is, this y square minus 4x square and plus 1x square is minus 3x square, and this x square plus y square whole cube as it is. So we get dou u by dou x is equal to minus 2yz y square minus 3x square upon x square plus y square whole cube. Similarly, we want to find the dou v by dou y, which is equal to dou by dou y of x square minus y square into z divided by x square plus y square whole square. So this is equal to here first function is x square minus y square z, and second function is x square plus y square whole square. So second function, we have take here z is a common here. Second function x square plus y square of whole square as it is. Derivative of first function, that first function is x square minus y square. Derivative of this x square minus y square with respect to x is with respect to y is minus 2y minus second function minus first function as it is. That first function is x square minus y square into derivative of second function. Derivative of second function is derivative of this x square plus y square whole square. X square plus y square whole square. Derivative of this with respect to y. That is 2 into x square plus y square into derivative of this y square is 2y, and divided by second function square is x square plus y square to the power 4. So what do we get? We get this minus 2y and this z, x square plus y square whole square, and here x square plus y square. So both are common. So x square plus y square. So this minus x square minus y square into 2 into 2 4 yz. After calculation we get this step. Similarly, minus 2 yz as it is. So here is only 2 yz, only multiply from, but by taking 2 yz common, what we get? We get x square plus y square, 2x square minus 2y square. So after that we get minus 2yz, 3x square minus y square upon x square plus y square cube. And similarly we also get dou w by dou z is equal to dou by dou z of y upon x square plus y square is equal to 0. Now add these dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z. Then what we get? We get dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z is equal to minus 2yz upon x square plus y square cube into y square minus 3x square plus 3x square minus y square. So this term will be 0, 0 into this term is equal to 0. Therefore, dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z is equal to 0, and therefore motion is possible. Now we take the curl q. Q is equal to ijk, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z, and the values of u v w here, put here the values of u v w and calculate this. Here I is equal to dou by dou y into this minus dou by dou z into this minus j dou by dou x of y into x square plus y square minus dou by dou z into minus 2 xyz upon x square plus y square whole square, and plus k into dou by dou x of into this minus dou by dou y into this. So what do we get? We get, after calculation, this will be 0, this j is also 0, and this k is also 0. By taking the partial derivative and after calculation we get this will be 0. So 0i plus 0j plus 0k is equal to 0, and therefore motion is irrotational. Now we will see the another example. I would like to take the another example. That example is for a fluid moving in a fine tube of a variable section A, prove that from the first principle that the equation of continuity is A dou rho by dou t plus dou by dou s of A rho into V is equal to 0. where V is speed of point of a fluid and S is length of tube up to P. What does this become for steady incompressible flow? So we draw this diagram, and suppose this OPP dash is the central streamline of the tube, and this length OP is S, and this length OP dash is equal to this S plus this delta S. And suppose that phi is the velocity, and this A is the area of section at point P. This is the area of section at point P. Since tube is fine bore and flow is of a unique direction, therefore the rate of mass flux over the cross section area is density into volume into area, which is equal to, for density that is rho, for velocity that is v, and area is a. So that section area is equal to rho dot va. So the rate mass flux over the neighboring section A dash through P dash is equal to rho va plus dou by dou s of rho va into delta s, which can be written as in this way. At point P dash, this is equal to the rate mass flux over the neighboring section A dash through this point P dash is rho va plus delta s into dou by dou s of rho into va. Suppose this is equation second, and therefore the net rate of flow of mass into the element between the section A and A dash is rho va minus rho va plus delta s dou by dou s into rho va. So this will be cancel, and we have this minus delta s dou by dou s rho v here. So therefore the net rate of flow of mass into the element between the section A and A dash is minus delta s dou by dou s rho into va. But at time t, the mass between the section is equal to rho a delta s. The rate of increase the mass between the section dou by dou t rho a delta s is equal to dou rho by dou t into a delta s. Suppose this is 4. Now from this equation third and from this equation 4, what we get? We get this part of right hand side is equal to this part of right hand sides. These both are equal. So we get dou rho by dou t a delta s is equal to minus delta s dou by dou s into rho va. But at time t, but from these two equations we get, these are the equal. Third, from equation 3rd and 4th we get these are the equal. So this a rho dot a dou rho by dou t, so this will be plus dou by dou s into rho va, which is equal to 0. Suppose this is equation number 5. Now we know that for incompressible fluid rho is constant. For incompressible fluid this rho is constant. So derivative of this rho with respect to t is 0. That means this dou rho by dou t is 0. And therefore this a dot 0 is 0. Therefore we get this dou s, dou by dou s into rho va is 0. So if integrate this, what we get? Integration and differentiation will be cancelled and we get only rho into va is equal to 0. Integrating this we get phi into rho into va is equal to integration constant. So rho is constant and this is also constant, so that va is constant. What is that means? This means the volume of the fluid crossing every section per unit time is constant. This means the volume of the fluid crossing every section per unit time is constant. Hence we solve this problem. Now another problem is u is equal to minus wy, phi is equal to wx and w is equal to 0, so that the surfaces intersecting the stream lines orthogonally exists and are the plane through z axis through the velocity potential does not exist. And to discuss the nature of flow, we have given here u is equal to minus wy, phi is equal to wx, w is equal to 0. So derivative of this u with respect to x, find the derivative of this u with respect to x, derivative of this phi with respect to y, and derivative of this w with respect to z. So what we get? Derivative of this with respect to x is 0. Derivative of this wx with respect to y is 0. Derivative of this w with respect to z is also 0. So what we get? We get dou u by dou x is equal to 0, dou v by dou y is equal to 0, dou w by dou z is equal to 0. And addition of these is also is equal to 0. So dou u by dou x plus dou v by dou y plus dou w by dou z is 0. And this equation shows that equation of continuity is satisfied. If equation of continuity is satisfied, that means the motion is possible. And therefore we have the streamlines. we have the streamlines. That streamlines are dx upon u is equal to dy upon v is equal to dz upon w. We have the values of u. We have given u v w. U is minus wy, v is wx, and w is 0. So what do we get? This can be written as this w cancel, x dx plus y dy is equal to 0, and this dz is 0. Now integrating this, we get x square plus y square, integration constant c1, and integration of this z is equal to second integration constant c2. So u dx plus v dy plus w dz is equal to 0. Now put the values of u v w. Value of u is minus wy, value of v is wx, value of w is 0. So what do we get? So this is 0. W will be cancelled. We get minus y dx plus x dy, which is equal to 0. So this can be written as this is equal to this minus x dy. So minus minus will be plus, and dx upon x is equal to a dy upon y. Dx upon x is equal to dy upon y, and then we get dx upon x minus dy upon y is equal to 0. Now integrate this. We get integration of 1 upon x dx is log x, integration of 1 upon y is log y, and integration constant c. By the rule of integration, by the rule of logarithms, we get log of x upon y is equal to log c, and therefore x upon y is equal to c, and therefore x is equal to cy, which represents a plane through x-axis and cut the streamlines. Which streamlines? Streamlines are x square plus y square is equal to c1 and z is equal to c2. These streamlines orthogonally, which represents a plane through x-axis and cut streamlines, these streamlines orthogonally. So now we have u dx plus v dy plus w dz. We put these values, w is 0, w dz is 0. So derivative of this minus wy with respect to y is minus w, and derivative of this wx with respect to x is w. So So this and this are not equal. So dou by dou I of minus wi is not equal to dou by dou x of wx. Hence this udx plus vdy plus wdz is not a exact differential equation. So that velocity potential does not exist. Lastly, we have the curl q is equal to ijk dou by dou x upon dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. And uvw, that is minus wy wx 0. So I into dou by dou y into 0 minus dou by dou z of wx minus j dou by dou x of this dou by dou x into 0 minus dou by dou z of minus wy and plus k. For plus k, dou by dou x of wx minus dou by dou y of wy. So what do we get? We get derivative of this with respect to z is 0, derivative of this y with respect to z is 0, derivative of wx with respect to x is w, and derivative of this minus wy with respect to y is w. So this minus minus will be plus and this will be plus k. So what do we get? I0 J0, so 2w here, 2wk. So this curl is not 0. This curl q is not 0. Curl q is 2w, means not is equal to 0. And if this is curl q is not is equal to 0, therefore motion is rotational. Now we'll see the another example. Show that the velocity potential phi is equal to 1 by 2a x square plus y square minus 2z square satisfies the Laplace equation. Also determine the streamlines. So suppose phi is the, we will see the solution. Suppose phi is the velocity potential of the velocity field q, then what we have? We have this q is equal to minus del phi, and we have phi is equal to 1 by 2a x square plus y square minus 2z square. So minus del as it is, phi is equal to this. So what we get? We get q is equal to minus 2a is equal to minus 2a is constant. Del x square is 2x, del y square is 2y, and del z square is minus 4z. Again, taking the divergence of both the sides. Now taking the divergence of both sides, what do you get? Del q is equal to minus del into del phi. We have q is equal to minus del phi. So del q is equal to minus del into del phi. So this is minus del square phi. So minus del square phi is equal to del q. So del square phi is equal to this minus sign, as it we can take here, del q as it is minus in bracket minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2a del as it is 2x plus 2y minus 4z. So minus minus plus 1 by 2a, and del of 2x is 2, del of 2y is 2, del of minus 4z is 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 4 is 0. So this 0 into this is, we get 0. So what do we get? We get del square phi is equal to 0. We get del square phi is equal to 0, and hence Laplace equation is satisfied. Now to determine the streamlines, are given by dx upon u is equal to dy upon v is equal to dz upon w. Therefore u is minus ax, v is minus ay, and w is 2az. That is from equation first. We have the values of u, v, w. So here this a and this a will be cancelled. We get dx upon x. This minus is also cancelled, and here we get minus. So we get dx upon x is equal to dy upon y is equal to dz upon minus 2z. Now taking the ratios, last two ratios, if we take these two last ratios, we get dy upon y is equal to dz upon minus 2z. Now integrate this. We get log integration of 1 upon y is log y plus 1 by 2 integration of 1 upon z is log z, integration constant log c. So this can be written as, therefore we get 2 log y plus log z is equal to 2 log c. From rule of log, we get log y square z is equal to log c square, and this is equal to y square z is equal to c square, where c square is a first constant, that is c1. So y square z is equal to c1. Now taking first two ratios, these two ratios, dx upon x is equal to dy upon y, and taking the integration of these two ratios, what we get? We get integration of 1 upon x is equal to integration of 1 upon y. So log x minus log y is equal to log c, log c2. So x is equal to yc2. So what do we get? From this equation third, from the equation third, y square z is equal to c1. From this equation third, y square z is equal to c1, and from equation 4 x is equal to yc2. These two equations represents the streamlines and also represents the cubic parabola. Hence we are determine the streamlines, and also shown the Laplace equation is satisfied. Okay, today we'll stop here. Okay, thank you.